Let me tell you something weird about, we had that call the guy was thrown from the car.
Yeah.
And it just struck me as strange. I was talking to Gary. Gary's the Rain Man, the idiot savant carpenter I work with. Mm-hmm. This guy's he's in his 40s, nicest guy in the world. He's a good carpenter, good finish carpenter, we work together all day. That's who I hang out with. We build cabinets and work in my garage. And Gary's a very simple man, lives in a trailer.
Oh, I remember this. You talked about this guy before with the wife.
With his ex-wife. In an 18-foot long by 5-foot wide trailer.
He takes care of her.
Takes care of his ex-wife who can't find a new place, even though they've been divorced for a year. Has to live in essentially a prison cell on wheels with her. Okay.
And she's hell on wheels, right?
She's a mess and a half, and he's the world's nicest guy.
Right.
So I was talking to Gary yesterday while we were building some cabinets, and I like Gary. Our deal is I pay him, he listens to me talk, and he agrees. That's our relationship. So I said he was talking about I was telling about high school sports. I was telling one of my football stories. I've told him the same one like 35 times, but he doesn't care. He's on the clock. And he says, I didn't play football in high school. I wanted to go out for the team, but my dad said football was too dangerous. I said, that's interesting because you told me in another conversation that you always rode motorcycles, that you bought your first one when you were 15, enduro, street bike. I mean, a street legal bike, and you went from one enduro motorcycle to the next, and you rode bikes from 15 to 25. He said, yeah. I said, your father didn't, he worried about you playing football, but he didn't worry about you killing yourself on the motorcycle? And he goes, and here's a guy who has no sense of humor, by the way. And he goes, I did kill myself. And I started laughing. I said, hey, good one, Gary. And I was thinking, this guy never makes a joke. What's he talking about? And he goes, no, I was clinically dead.
Oh.
And I thought, oh, you did kill yourself. And he said, yeah, I was dead. How long? About 20 seconds. I was on the table. So what happened? So I was hurrying home. I was 16. I was riding my enduro motorcycle. I wasn't wearing a helmet. Car turned left in front of me. Clipped me. I went flying. Broke my wrist. Cracked a few ribs. Punctured a lung. Whacked in the head. I was on the...
this is why he's living with his ex-wife.
I was on the table. I was thinking to myself, this explains a few things. Yeah. I was on the table, and my heart stopped. I was dead. And I thought, well, that's nice. And then I thought, well, you really did illustrate my point, didn't you, Gary? You rarely get that kind of satisfaction, that kind of payday when you're trying to make a point about your dad, worrying about you going out for the football team. You're riding a motorcycle. In the 10th grade, you're clinically dead from riding the motorcycle. And I said, yep, that's exactly what I was worried about happening, Gary. See what I mean? I hope you learned your lesson.
You could have killed yourself, and you did.
You know the beauty of Gary? He was hurrying home because he wanted to ask his dad for a loan to get a bigger bike.
Oh, seriously?
Yes, when he got in an accident. And then I said to him, did you ever get the bigger bike? And he said, right out of the hospital. Still had a forearm cast on when I was on that 750 Triumph.
He's an addict.
Nope.
He's an alcoholic. Yes,
nope.
he is.
Nope. Well, he is drunk when I call him at night.
Yeah, thank you.
He drinks a few beers
He's
at night.
An alcoholic.
Listen, how dare you? How dare you attack my help?
I'm not telling you. It's just that only alcoholics do that kind of S.
All right. I think you said. I think you meant. No, he didn't say that. No, he didn't do that.